I have failed a lot, an awful lot actually. Whether that be missing a sub 20 minute 5k by 4 seconds, quitting long runs, stopping mid-interval, or just never actually getting out the door. I have a bit of experience with failing runs, but it might not actually be failing. So let's take a look at the 4 lessons that failure has taught me.
Okay, let's go.
It is really easy to think you are rubbish at running when a run goes wrong. Maybe you missed your PB that you've spent the last 10 weeks training for. Or maybe you had to stop in the middle of an interval because it felt like you had a hernia. Not that that happened to me on Monday. God, I was in so much pain. My abs hurt so much and I don't even have abs, so I don't know how that happened. But you're not rubbish at running. One of the beautiful yet sometimes painful truths of running is that it will not always go your way. A lot of variables need to align for something to go well. Did you get enough sleep? Have you fueled properly? What are the weather conditions like? Are you stressed or have you been stressed at work? And that's just to name a few of them. You might not always hit the pace or the time that you intended to, but it means you can have another go. As long as in that moment you are giving your best, in my opinion, that's good enough. And all that I ask of myself, no matter the outcome. That one run or that one interval or that one session is not a reflection of you as a whole and your running journey as a whole. And it does not make you a failure. What is a reflection of you as a runner is the hours and the weeks of training and dedication and showing up and consistency and keeping going. One day, one run, one interval does not make you a failure. You need to apply the wider context, which brings us on to my next lesson. A few weeks ago, I ran a sub 20 minute 5k and I was disappointed with it. My PB is 18:34, which I set back in November, and I thought I could give a good go at trying to beat that, but I actually ran 19:15, so I was a bit disappointed with it. So my progress looked to be on a downward trend from 18:34 to 19:15. However, there are a few things to consider here. One, my PB this time last year was 21:25, so even if we take the 19:15, that's over 2 minutes improvement in a year. Very happy with. The 19:15 was done on a Monday evening after work, whereas the 18:34 was done fresh on a Saturday morning. The 19:15 was also done off the back of a 50k week, which would have been one of my biggest weeks ever. And it was also done the day after a leg session. So although in that moment, running 19:15 felt like a failure, when you look at the whole picture and the whole context, really doesn't look that bad, actually. To run 19:15 and be disappointed with it, actually pretty good. There is one mistake in my running that I have made countless times, and that is eating too closely to the run. Bagels are my weakness, all right? Throw a bit of jam on there, throw a bit of honey on there. Good Lord, I'm an addict. The jam and honey don't go on the same bagel. They're different bagels. I'm not that extreme. Eating one of them right before a run doesn't go well. I think it's recommended to wait an hour to an hour and a half after eating before you go on a run. But when I get home from work, say at about 6, and I've got to go run 11k easy, I really don't want to wait till 7 o'clock, 7:30 to go run for over an hour and then have dinner at like 8:30. So I kept making the same mistake over and over again of absolutely yamming these bagels down and then going for a run and then just struggling and feeling like I was gonna give birth. So what I try and do now is have a muesli bar about an hour to 90 minutes before my run. Can have one at work, have one on the way back from work. I've got to walk half hour anyway. Then just before the run, I have a gel and I take a gel out with me. I don't always have the gel that I'm taking out with me. It depends on how I feel, to be honest. If I'm tired and starving, yeah, I'll yam that down, but not all the time. It's more just it's an emergency gel. This usually covers me just fine, because let me tell you, I have failed a lot of my runs because my stomach feels like it's gonna pop. It feels like something awful is going to happen. Now, I don't know all the science and the best things to eat and all the nutritional stuff. Don't take my advice on that, but maybe have a look around ever find out. I'm just experimenting really and finding what works best for me. But yamming a jam bagel just before you go on a run, my body, no likey. And speaking of my body, my running drastically improved when I started doing this one simple thing. I just listened to my body. My schedule used to be Saturday morning, send a park run. Sunday, long run. After the long run, leg session. Monday, intervals. No wonder my legs felt like death. Switched up the schedule. I moved the long run to Saturday. Sometimes I incorporate the park run, sometimes I don't. Sunday, light easy run, still do the leg session. Monday, I still do the intervals. Maybe it's not the ideal schedule, but it seems to be working for me at the minute and it's taken a bit of pressure off my legs. My body has stopped screaming profanity at me and I've failed a lot less. A lot of the failures that I've had in running came because I was pushing my body too hard and it just couldn't take it. Now caveat, people train in different ways. This is just my body and what it likes. I wasn't giving my body enough time to recover. I was just killing it. And then I'd get injured. I was tired and then I was just trying to send it after yamming a jam bagel. I've learned to set myself up for success better by giving myself the time to recover and rest. It won't always mean that I get the PB or the session goes well or I complete the long run. Maybe the long run a bit too long and it hurt, so I'll stop. But at least I'm giving my body a better chance at completing those things. Failure is just a number of attempts. You can keep going and you can keep having a try. And especially at the moment in winter, it is really hard to keep going and keeping your morale up when those runs don't go well. So if you want to see how I do train in winter, why not click here to find out a bit more.